practice session today. What were your first thoughts? There was some sort of intrigue there when Bumrah didn't take that fresh new ball with Prasidh, Akashdeep and Mohammad Siraj.
They want batting depth as well because of the collapses that we suffered in the last matches. So it's open-ended again. I don't know if they're not going with Bumrah, should they gamble with Kuldeep? What Kuldeep Yadav brings to the table is that he can play with the minds of the English batters. If you look at the last series in India, we were playing on flat decks, and even if they got away to a good starts, when Decode got off to very good starts in Rajkot, then Kuldeep Yadav came in.
Hello and welcome to TOI Sports. Joining you from the Edgbaston cricket ground is me, Sahil Malhotra, and I am joined by reinforcement from Delhi, Arani Basu from the Times of India. A lot happened today. Indian cricket team had a -2 practice session where all players were in attendance. Arani, the assistant coach, attended the press conference where he spoke on almost every player's chance for the playing 11 for this test. We'll talk about everything. We'll discuss all things cricket with Arani Basu by my side. Arani, first things first, practice session today. What were your first thoughts? There was some sort of intrigue there when Bumrah didn't take that fresh new ball with Prasidh, Akashdeep and Mohammad Siraj. But then there was something for the theatrics and the optics when he started bowling. But what's your whole assessment on how the practice unfolded today?
See, the first thing about Bumrah that one needs to realize is that he's not injured.
Yeah.
It's all about working around his workload.
Yeah.
It's about conserving him, preserving him for these 5 test matches. So as the assistant coach Ryan told us that they will have to take a call if this test match is worth playing Bumrah here. Looking into the conditions, he said the pitch is dry underneath the grass that they have here. It's expected to turn. So that's the call they will take maybe in the next 24-25 hours. But going ahead, that's a long tour, so you have to conserve. That's Bumrah is precious asset for Indian cricket right now.
No, subtle, in a very subtle way. I think it's safe to that Bumrah looks very unlikely for this game considering the pitch, the sky above. There is forecast of rain, but then even in Leeds there was forecast, but the wicket played on a very flat and true line. Now the big revelation made by and Decode again, and we were watching nets together. We saw there was one foremost net where Kuldeep Yadav, Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja kept bowling together. And you picked something very interesting with regards to Kuldeep Yadav, which we were just discussing off camera. So Ryan said that 2 spinners will be playing. Which 2 is the big question, and that those 2 could actually decide the playing 11 composition of this team.
So if you purely went by the net session, one would believe that Kuldeep is the obvious second spinner because he bowled with the new ball for a long time. And then he shifted to the semi-new and he bowled right through the nets. And he bowled a long spell against Shubman Gill as well. But then Ryan Tendashare happens. And then he says that we are definitely going to play 2 spinners here. But then he adds a name, Washington Sundar. And he says that Washi is batting really well because they want batting depth as well because of the collapses that we suffered in the last matches. So it's open-ended again. I don't know if they're not going with Bumrah, should they gamble with Kuldeep being that X factor and that out-and-out wicket taker? That's the call that they need to make.
And I think that's a very important assessment because if Bumrah is not playing, I definitely agree with that. You need one bowler who can be in the head of the opposition. If not Bumrah, the only bowler which we see on the squad sheet right now, with all due respect to the others, it is Kuldeep Yadav. If you remember the last time England came to India, that one series, I'm just not taking the Dharamshala Pfeiffer into account, Kuldeep Yadav was the difference between 2 sides. And to counter this England batting where they'll go hammer and tongs, this pitch, what the local journalists are saying, will be flat, true and even just like it has been during the county games. Kuldeep Yadav, it's a no-brainer boss. मतलब अगर वो बैटिंग नहीं भी कर रहे हैं, I think purely with regards to his bowling and what he brings to the table, and if Bumrah is not playing, Kuldeep Yadav has to be in that 11 to give you consistent wickets.
See, what Kuldeep Yadav brings to the table is that he can play with the minds of the English batters. If you look at the last series in India, we were playing on flat decks, and even if they got away to a good starts, when Decode got off to very good starts in Rajkot, then Kuldeep Yadav came in. And he did not stop the scoring. He got wickets. And that's where the series turned for us.
And that's
So-
what we didn't do in Leeds.
Yeah.
We needed those 10 wickets on the final day,
Yeah.
and with Bumrah looking slightly off color, and if I dare say so, not 100% of what he
yeah.
did, then I think you need people to rally around the seamers, Prasidh, Siraj, Akashdeep if they go in with 3 proper quicks. So Bumrah, Kuldeep is a very, very tricky situation right now. But you, Arani, feel batting should be on similar lines what we saw? We are not, okay, so just interrupting you here, we are not picking the playing 11 today.
Yeah.
That special segment will start from tomorrow. We'll keep picking the playing 11 for every game. That will be our little prediction. We get it right, we get it wrong, but we'll speak our mind based on the cricketing observations. Yeah, now just coming to the batting bit.
See, the top 6 is settled. You cannot judge Karun Nair and Sai Sudarshan on the basis of one match. The others are in prime form.
Yeah.
But if you look at the depth, if you're talking about the depth of the batting and the kind of surfaces we are playing here, we're not going to play on rank turners here.
Yeah.
And if we go by what Kuldeep has done in that last series against England in India,
Yeah.
he actually batted really well with Dhruv Jurel to win a test match for us. He can hang in there. He has said Rohit Sharma had drilled it into his head that we have to work on his batting. He can hold up a hand, and that's all that Ravindra Jadeja needs coming at number 7. Someone holding up an end, then he can get on with the scoring. So just bat time and keep the English bowlers on the park for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I don't really know how to go about this theory of batting depth and comparing Kuldeep with Washington. Obviously Washington is a superior batter, but Kuldeep is no mug actually right now.
I completely agree. I think it's a very open-ended debate as far as team combination right now is concerned. We'll wrap it here for now with this first video, I say so, with Arani Basu from the Times of India. We'll keep discussing cricket and everything which is happening in build-up of the second test at Edgbaston. As of now, 2 spinners looks like a locked-in certainty. 3 pacers is what he said. Now, whether Nitish Reddy or Shardul are part of those 3 pacers,
Or 3 out-and-out pacers.
that's anybody's guess right now.
You
But
can get it tomorrow.
yeah, you keep watching TOI Sports, keep reading whatever we are publishing from Ground Zero here in Edgbaston in Birmingham. It continues to be hot, continues to be dry. We are baking under the unforgiving sun. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon. That's the least you can do to incentivize us. So keep watching.